Hello everybody, video here for you today. This is the no-cap recap of the February 15th, Season 9, Episode 4 of The Curse of Oak Island companion show drilling down episode called The Ultimate Timeline. If you missed my recap of Episode 3, there's a link to it in the upper right. Let's get into it. There's an island in the North Atlantic where people have been looking for an incredible treasure for more than 225 years. Host Maddie Blake asks in the open if pirates constructed the money pit, if Vikings sunk a ship in the man-made swamp, or if the Knights Templar buried a vast treasure on Oak Island. Rick and Marty Lagina, along with their team, have made discoveries that show that every one of these possibilities could be true. On this episode, they will test those finds up against the documented history to find the ultimate answers of who, what, when, where, why, and how. Maddie narrates against footage from 2013's first season of The Curse of Oak Island. When they started the show approximately a decade ago, of course they were looking for treasure, but also for definitive proof that something happened on the island prior to the discovery of the money pit in 1795. There were and still are all kinds of theories connecting pirates, the British and French militaries, and even the medieval order of the Knights Templar to Oak Island. One thing was missing: hard evidence. Since then, we've seen the team find not only the scientific evidence of treasure, but evidence that any of these theories could be true. They are going to show how the biggest discoveries match up with the historical timeline of North America. In 2018, the team had a 525-foot cofferdam constructed around Smith's Cove in an effort to find the legendary box trains and flood tunnels that feed seawater into the money pit, but also a feature that Dan Blankenship unearthed back in 1970. This photo from the time shows the U-shaped structure that had Roman numerals etched into the wood. The team did find that wooden structure as well as a wooden slipway and one of the box trains. The wood dated to 1771, 24 years before the discovery of the money pit. This picture is not from this episode, but I'm using it because it highlights the finds better. Marty recounts how he possibly agreed with one of the leading theories at the time that nothing happened on Oak Island before the discovery of the money pit, but with find after find, that theory was invalidated. What was validated with those late 18th century finds was the possibility of a partial treasure recovery that was connected with the American Revolution due to those dates. Items shown here from left to right are barrel lids, an ox shoe, shoe leather, and the slipway. The theory is that Louis Alexander Rochefoucauld, from a French family that had ties to both the Freemasons and Knights Templar, told his friends Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson about the treasure, and they conspired to fund the American colonists' war for independence against England. Maddie asks Rick what stands out to him. Rick pulls the Spanish Maravedí coin found in the swamp at the end of Season 1 out of his shirt pocket. Marty says that the coin is what first made him really believe there could be treasure on Oak Island. Rick says that Dan Blankenship always thought there was a Spanish connection, and Fred Nolan believed that the British military hid treasure on the island after sacking Havana, Cuba, during the 7 Years' War between England and Spain. That treasure confiscated is believed to have included wealth looted by the conquistadors from the indigenous peoples of South America, including the Aztecs. It's documented that the English did transport that treasure to Halifax, Nova Scotia, which is 60 miles from Oak Island. Fred thought they stopped at the island first. Maddie goes to the research center to talk about items from the money pit area with Craig Tester, Doug Kroll, and Alex Lagina. They talk about the theory that Christopher Columbus's voyage to the New World may have had a secret mission to hide treasure on Oak Island for the Queen of Spain. His ship had sails with a Portuguese wing of the Knights Templars insignia, and he was married to the daughter of a Grand Master in that Templar order. Some of the finds in the money pit fall within that date range. In addition, the wharf/stone roads in the swamp and leading away from it were identified as Portuguese design. The finds from the money pit area on the table include Portuguese round shot, high-end shoe leather from 1492, rosehead spikes and wooden shaft pieces from 1648, and pieces of a wood tunnel from 1488 to 1650. Oh, excuse me, the rosehead spikes were from 1706. They will be sending some of these for isotope testing, which was shown on this past week's Curse of Oak Island episode called Eyes and Boot in the Ground, and revealed that the bag seal found by Gary Drayton just west of the swamp was French lead from a Templar stronghold area, same as the lead cross. Maddie meets with metal detection expert Gary Drayton to talk about some of his finds from Lot 21, a mile west of the money pit. First up are the swages for sharpening rock drills, and blacksmith Carmen Legg dates them from 1450 to 1750, the latter of which was 45 years before the discovery of the money pit. Next is this garnet brooch from the 1600s. During this time frame, members of Scotland's Knights Baronet, Templar descendants, and Freemasons settled in Nova Scotia or New Scotland. Gary says he agrees with the theory that Templars from multiple centuries have known that they could hide treasure on Oak Island for future generations. Flashback to 2016 and Zena Halperin presenting the team with a Templar document from 1178 to 1180 and 2 maps that she says are the key to Oak Island. In 2017, Rick Lagina and other members of the team went on a research mission to France and saw this cross carving in a prison for Templars just weeks before he and Gary found the lead cross in Smith's Cove. The cross was dated to the 1300s, and the region of origin was southern France. The paved area found in the center of the swamp was dated to the 1200s. Next, Maddie goes to Lot 15 to meet with Gary, Alex, and Doug to talk about some of those finds. The Chinese cash coin dated from the year 900 to 1200. The Vikings were the maritime explorers of that time period and traded with the Chinese. A news article from just this past October 2021 touts new scientific proof that the Vikings occupied Newfoundland in 1021. Also discussed were the possible wooden ship's railing found in the ship that dates from 660 to 770 AD or CE, as the kids say today. Maddie asked about a Viking/Templar connection, and Doug says the Vikings invaded northern France and became the Normans, and a lot of the early Templars came from northern France. The episode concludes in the war room, and Maddie points out that not that many years ago, the lead cross was as far back as the timeline went, and now it goes back much further. Rick Lagina says he thinks that there was so much work done on Oak Island that it is more likely there was a master plan in many stages, or at least the various peoples did additional work on the island after they found out about it somehow. Maddie wraps it up by saying that the day in history when something is found that explains all of it may be sooner than you think. There's no Curse, Beyond, or Companion show this coming Tuesday, February 22nd, as Abraham Lincoln continues his takeover of the History Channel. But on March 1st, 2022, there's a new Curse of Oak Island episode called Gold Diggers, with the following synopsis. An incredible discovery is made near the swamp as Rick, Marty, and the team continue digging in the money pit in search of the fabled treasure vault, following a path first forged by former U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Following that, there's a new Beyond Oak Island episode called Pancho Villa's Plunder. The Laginas and Matty Blake help a team in El Paso, Texas, hunt for buried treasure at the stash house of the notorious Mexican revolutionary Pancho Villa, leading to a number of historic discoveries. I'm Coach Steve Money, and you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. I am a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. Yep, that's Dave Ramsey. And these links are also in the video description. You can email about coaching or anything on my YouTube channel, including Oak Island, at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Channel donations can go to paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. You can add me on the gram. That's Instagram. And that is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And of course, this YouTube channel is youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks so much for watching.